All right, I feel pretty comfortable with how you are doing on those, so we're going to do one with a decimal. So let's do like 1.2 times 4x plus 7. Okay, so we're going to start just the same way that we have every other time. So this becomes 1.2 times 4x, keep the addition sign, and then 1.2 times 7. Okay, so then we're going to start one piece at a time. 1.2 times 4. Now, I'm not very good at my multiplication in my head with decimals, so I'm going to teach you some things. So 1.2 times 4. What we're going to do is we know how to do 12 times 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this trick to move this decimal to the outside so that it becomes 12 times 4. And we move the decimal one spot. Okay. So because of that, at the end, I'm going to have to move it back one spot. So 12 times 4. So now we do 4 times 2 is 8, and 4 times 1 is 4. Okay, but we still have to take care of that decimal, this one spot. So we move it back in. So our final answer is 4.8. So this is going to be 4.8x. Okay, if you ever get confused on the decimal multiplication when you're doing distributive property, check it with a calculator. That is totally fine to do. Okay, let's do the second one. 1.2 times 7. Same idea. I want to make this 1.2 become 12, so I'm going to move this one spot. Okay, and then I'm going to do 12, or 2 times 7 is 14, carry the 1. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8. And then I still need to move that decimal one spot back, and this becomes 8.4. So this becomes plus 8.4. Again, if you ever get like confused on the decimal, please use a calculator just to check yourself. Not a big deal. Okay. All right, now let's do a story problem. Actually, before we get into the story problem, I want to talk about when you have an expression kind of like this one, where not only do you have distributive property, but you also have combining like terms. So when you have a problem like this, you want to distribute first. So I'm going to write that over here. Distribute first. So we're going to distribute this 3 to the x and the y. Now notice the 3 only distributes to the x and the y because it's the only thing it's multiplied by. It's added to the 9y. It's added to the 4x, but it's multiplied to the x and the y. So we're going to start by distributing. So the 4x plus 9y stay the same. And then we're going to do plus 3 times x. And then I keep this addition sign plus 3 times y. Okay. All right. So now what we can do is we can combine like terms. And I'm going to remember that in order to combine like terms, I look for things with the same variable. So I'm looking for x's. There's another x right here. So I know I'm going to do 3x plus 4x, which is 7x's. And then I'm going to do a different color. I have a 9y here, and then here's another y term. So now I do 9y plus 3y, which is 12y. And since that's a positive number, I have addition in between them. And this is my final answer. So when you have a problem that's a little more complicated, distribute first, and then combine like terms. Let's try one. Okay, here's another one. It's a little bit simpler, but it's the same idea. You can't add the 5 and the 8 yet. You have to do distributive property first. Okay, distribute first. So I'm going to distribute that 8. So I'm going to keep the 5. It stays the same. And I've got 8 times 3, which is 24. And then I've got plus 8 times x. Okay. And now I can combine like terms. Same idea as before. So I'm going to put a box around the first one. This is just a number without a variable. Are there any other numbers without a variable? Yeah, 24. 8x has an x on it, so I can't combine that, but I can combine 5 and 24. This becomes 29 plus 8x because it's all by itself. I can't combine it anymore. This does not become 37x because I can't combine x's and non-x's. They're not the same number. All right, that's it.